Hello, everybody. Week 5 of the recaps for SCDA Season 9 Premier Ball. My name Spades as usual. Solanor aka Chad as usual. 5 weeks. We're doing this for the 5th week in a row.
Crazy.
Yeah. Committing to things for 5 weeks is a good start.
Yeah, it is. Hope everyone enjoyed the power rankings / recap video that I did on my channel. If you haven't seen that yet, then go watch that at DH Solanor on Twitch. So
yeah, you had Vert, Bang, and Panda with you?
I did, yeah. I had Furet, Bang, and Panda joining me. It was a really fun time. We had a good time talking about teams and kind of comparing them to the week 0 PRs. So if that's something you're interested in, go check that out. Otherwise, stick around here, hang out with us first, and we're going to talk about week 5 of the Premier season.
Yes, sir. Week 5. We're getting closer to the fabled playoffs, but we have to get through this week first. So let's go ahead and shift screens to not this one. This one. Haha. Match of the week. Miss Lady Lilac versus Joshy Washi. Undefeated versus X1. Always a good match of the week. It usually always happens this way.
Yeah, we had another match that was really close to being our match of the week, which was Pat Mac versus Nightfront. That was really close to being match of the week, but this one was just I think this one just like slightly edges that other one out, and so we're gonna take a look see at this match. This was a really fun one. We got to see a bunch of cool stuff. Sorry, Joshy, you do have to relive it. We're gonna do some commentary and watch it. But yeah, Theo, Oxo, good to see you guys here, and let's get right into it, huh?
Right. So we have Lady Lilac and her Bell Tower Radiance versus Joshy Washi and his Jubilee City Jirachis. We see Palafin, Magnezone, Stantler, Sableye, Arboliva, and Pelipper for Lilac, and countered by Joshy's Garchomp, Spiritomb, Rotom-Mow, Orthworm, Hippowdon, and Azumarill.
Yeah, overall, just like pretty much has the makings of a weather matchup in theory, right? Like rain obviously really dumps on sand a little bit, so could potentially see Joshy just trying to play towards his water resists more than trying to play towards any sort of sand matchup. But yeah, Lilac obviously has no reason to not try and enforce a rain agenda of some sort, so I could see her leaning in that direction for the matchup.
Spiritomb, a very nice addition. Got a nice buff this gen with Trick Room. So I'm curious if that's the route that Joshy's going to take with the Hippowdon and the Azumarill kind of being a little slower. And Garchomp is his kind of fastest mon, which is faster than Lilac's team. So
it is, yeah.
So you have one mon that's fast and everything, and then the other mons are great in Trick Room. So it's a very nice balance there. So, all right, game 1 will begin, and because Lilac started her video after that screen, I have to back up.
Yeah.
This one. Alright. Orthworm and Spiritombs, that Trick Room mode beginning, and then we see Pelipper and Stantler. Stantler with the Eviolite this gen, making it a very bulky Intimidate user.
Yeah, and Trick Room setter as well, so Intimidate plus Trick Room is not something you see very often. As you see, this Stantler is basically just a full support set here. Rocking with the screen, and Pelipper I think is Life Orb from the team preview, so that's looking to be the damage dealer here. And so yeah, gonna set up that substitute and baton pass essentially with the shed tail there with the Orthworm, and we'll see what this Spiritomb is gonna do on Joshy's side.
Yep, Rotom will be the switch-in for the sub off the Shed Tail, so it'll hide behind there. I like how the substitute's floating as well with the Levitate. Reflect from the Stantler to help versus any physical attacks. And Hydro Pump goes into the Rotom. Does it break the sub?
Yeah, Life Orb Rain boosted. Doesn't matter if it's a resist or not. Rotom's still going to get the sub broken there, because that's just a lot of damage coming off of that Pelipper.
Mm-hmm.
And Spiritomb not opting for Trick Room, rather trying to reduce Pelipper's damage output with a Snarl, which is a good way to use it. Also, I just have to say this: Spiritomb is so good in Scarlet and Violet. Like, the model for Spiritomb just looks really solid, and especially the shiny as well. I don't know if you agree with that, but I think the Spiritomb just looks really good in this game.
The color scheme being quite opposite, really, I enjoy a lot. So, but this Pelipper is now in a pretty bad spot, I would say. It's at -1, and there's an electric type kind of facing it down. And the Stantler, I don't know if Joshy Matt cares too much because its damage output is limited. So Pelipper will switch out knowing that it's not in a great spot, and Magnezone will be in. But there we go, Ally Switch.
Ally Switch, that's not a move I have seen since Gen 8. Helping that Rotom get a Nasty Plot set off as its damage output has now just greatly increased.
And Lady Lilac takes the opportunity to set Trick Room for herself, and the Magnezone being slower than the Rotom, but I don't think you're slower than Spiritomb, so Snarl is still going to impact your damage output greatly. So I think I like Joshy's position quite a bit here. The Rotom is set up to do massive amounts of damage, and Snarl Spiritomb is set up to kind of deal with everything it needs to, right? All the threats are special attackers.
Yeah, so far that's what's been revealed. So, yeah, switching out into the Sableye there, trying to potentially get something set up, and Lilac revealing her Terra type to be Ice if you pay close attention to when she chose to Terra. Not super surprising. You seeing an Electric type Terra into Ice just gives it insane offensive coverage here, and she's going to be looking to take out this Rotom. But
Rotom smartly will protect, dodging any Terra Blast from this Magnezone, and Spiritomb is going to do what it's here to do, snarl down these special attackers, and Joshy just making sure this Trick Room is not being abused by Lilac and keeping his threats safe. They're doing a very nice job.
Joshy actually doing quite a fantastic job of using Lilac's Trick Room against her, using Spiritomb to really just intrude on her damage output. And not to mention the pressure that Ally Switch puts on Sableye, because Spiritomb isn't affected by a single thing that Sableye is capable of doing. So
Rotom will get the Terra Orb, tearing into Ice as well. So dueling electric Ice types.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really helpful because it not only gives Rotom an Ice resist, but also gives it another form of damage output with being able to potentially Terra Blast. So, and we get to see Spiritomb go for a second Ally Switch, really abusing the Sableye who was going for Encore.
This was a very nice setup. This is going to do nothing.
All in all, Rotom eats that as the Magnezone has been snarled, and +2 Life Orb Rotom is just gonna do some
great
serious
play.
Also, slight spoiler, I guess. I've seen the match.
Look at you. I'm commentating like I haven't seen the match, and you're over here.
I forgot. Hey, I forgot. That'll be the only time I mess up.
Pelipper will switch in for the fainted Magnezone, but this Spiritomb has more or less laid its mark on this game with a very impactful snarls, and that Ally Switch play was chef's kiss. Very, very nice.
Even with the Ally Switch nerf, Spiritomb is just taking it as it comes. You know, it's snarling on one turn, letting Rotom protect, and then using Ally Switch to try to throw Lilac for a loop. So very excellent usage of, you know, what Spiritomb is capable of doing, and yeah, just absolutely taking advantage of this Trick Room here.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Rotom will protect.
There it is. Another protect.
Here comes a snarl.
Yeah, Sableye can't do a damn thing to stop it, so
that's pitiful.
That foul play just not doing anything,
and
that's
the
actually
last turn of Trick Room, if I recall correctly.
And that's significant damage coming out from that Spiritomb too, with the snarls. That's a 4-hit KO into Pelipper, and takes a ton of damage, but takes the attack. Ally Switch, yep. Yeah, the return of Ally Switch.
Is there one turn of Trick Room left? Did I count wrong?
I believe there should be one more in this position, yeah.
All right, I did count wrong. So now we're in that same position. Rotom just protected. Does the Spiritomb go for the ally switch, reading an Encore from Lilac? Because that's what happened a turn prior.
Yeah, really just mind games all around for both Joshi and Lilac here, as he needs to decide whether he's going to use ally switch again or not.
Yeah.
And opting to actually switch Rotom out there, maybe not liking the fact that it's in a mind game here. So
yeah, getting Earthworm in here is fine, I think, because if you expect the Encore, which he did, and then Snarl will be the move too. Yeah, he's done it
correctly.
This game has been a
Spiritomb Masterclass.
Yeah,
it's a Spiritomb Masterclass, to be completely honest, as Earthworm gets crit through the -2 Snarls there, immediately taken out. But
that
honestly,
may have
not the
mostly
worst.
helped, because now you get a free switch into Rotom.
My thoughts. So
the Terra's gone. There's nothing stopping these Thunderbolts. They're coming.
Yeah, you don't have to be scared of anything as Rotom returns to the board, and the sky gets dark with the return of the Terramon. So yeah, can potentially go for Quash from Lilac's end, but also have to remember that Spiritomb is completely capable of just ally switching before Sableye can even do anything impactful. So yeah, the Spiritomb putting in a ton of pressure and just completely invalidating Sableye, which brings me a tremendous amount of joy, as I love seeing Sableye suffer. So
I mean, it's nicknamed Chad's Nemesis for a reason.
Yep.
Can't be wrong there. Lilac's got to figure out how she can do the last points of damage in this match. Keep in mind, there is a whole Pokemon in the back for Joshiwashi.
Even know what the last mon is here, but Rotom just really threatening a lot of damage and not really in a position where it's going to get KO'd here by anything. So, so yeah, all in all, just excellent positioning here.
Protecting the Pelipper, see if Rotom's going to fire into it or if it goes into the other slot. It goes into the other slot.
Woof. Yeah, and that's a ton of damage into Stantler. And Joshi was opting to let Spiritomb finish off the Pelipper, but Pelipper protects, and yeah, it just gets more chip onto Stantler. I don't think that matters, because realistically all he needed was a little bit of damage to kind of give Rotom the assist there, but yeah, all in all, still in just as strong of a position here for Joshi, and Pelipper doesn't even have a reliable move to land at this point, so Hydro Pump being inaccurate and Hurricane having no accuracy in the rain, so trying to go for a double,
fail.
Doesn't
Rotom
get it.
Will go into the
into
Stantler
the Stantler
again. So Stantler goes down. Snarl should take out the Pelipper, and it's just up to Sableye to foul play a bunch of special attackers. So I think the writing was on the wall, I think, a while ago, but
yeah, Magnezone going down early just left Lilac with incredibly limited damage output, as we know that Sableye and Stantler are not the most consistent damage dealers, especially because of how special Joshi's team is. She isn't capable of taking advantage of foul play as she did versus Lucian a couple weeks back, so yeah.
And then just I'm going to click some buttons here to get through game one. Joshi up 1-0 after a very well done, let me pull up the matchup again. A very well done game one. He played to that Spiritomb against all the special attackers. Snarl spam looked fantastic. I would imagine Lilac's going to adjust with the Dolphin because that's her only physical attacker. And she got.
Did we see a leftovers or any item on Spiritomb? Nothing got revealed on that front, did it?
Spiritomb, no.
Yeah, so we only
saw a Life Orb on Rotom and a Citrus Berry on Earthworm. But we still don't know what was in the back of that game. Like, there could have been a Sumaril, a Garchomp, or a Hippo.
Yeah, so Joshi just a fantastic game one. And yeah, I would be inclined to agree with you. Stantler didn't really do anything productive in that game, and so potentially switching from Stantler and Sableye, who weren't really dealing any damage, and Sableye kind of just getting shut down by Spiritomb, maybe Lilac transitions over to Palafin and Arboliva so that she has some more forms of damage output. So that could be the adjustment I see. And for Joshi's end, I don't really see a need to adjust here. Spiritomb is putting on a ton of pressure, and Orthworm is too. So
yeah. All right. Well, let's see how the players adjust. We see the exact same lead from Joshi with the Spiritomb and the Orthworm, and Palafin and Sableye. So Palafin will be coming as no physical presence was really at all in game 1. So switching to your physical attacker here is great.
Yeah.
But comes with a drawback. You got to get this thing out, and that's exactly what the Dolphin's going to do. It's going to go.
Yeah, but fortunately, it has a pretty free flip turn into the Spiritomb because of the fake out support coming in from the Sableye. So all in all, not a super bad play from Lilac's end, and she's able to get Palafin off the board quite easily, and will now look to bring in one of these other special attackers, opting to keep the Sableye around for another game. So
yeah, so the Dolphin is now gone from 0 to hero, and what will be accompanying the Sableye?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Pelipper, so...
Yeah, rain and bound.
As its name suggests, there is rain.
Based off of that flip turn actually did pretty reasonable damage into the Spiritomb, so makes me inclined to think that Spiritomb was more of a special bulk build this week rather than a physical one, which could end up playing an impact later on. So
yeah, for sure. And I think Lilac is in a very nice position with this Encore because the Orthworm protected. That's one of the strengths, I think, of having Fake Out and Encore on the same Mon, is that you can really lock Mons if they protect.
Opts for Quash instead, and Pelipper going for Hydro Pump and does not get the Hydro Pump. That's huge because that's probably dealing significant damage to Orthworm, at least enough to where it can't put a Shed Tail. So not only was that a disastrous play for Lilac because now whatever comes in is an unbroken substitute, but this Spiritomb is also going to get a free attack off as well because no damage was dealt. So
the Spiritomb taunted the Sableye.
Okay, my apologies.
So now the Sableye is effectively useless. And
yeah, can only click foul play
the sub. So this is another great, like, Joshi's positioned himself very well again. That Hydro Pump miss helped a lot for sure, but
yeah, got a little lucky with that.
Behind the sub against a Mon that's very weak to it, and then another Mon which can only click foul play. Lilac has to reposition or she will be falling behind quickly.
Yeah, not a good spot to be in. I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential like double switch here from her end, but maybe looking to actually keep the Pelipper in here and protect it. So
Sableye once again will be coming out.
Once again, Sableye getting shut down. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I like seeing that.
Pelipper will protect. Let's see what this Rotom goes for, if it goes after the Pelipper or not. It does go after the Pelipper, so the protect was good. And what do we see from the Spiritomb? Will-O-Wisp into the missed the Will-O-Wisp.
He's actually missed 2 Will-O-Wisps now because he missed one on the Pelipper, and this actually reveals the full Spiritomb moveset as we see Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Snarl, and Ally Switch.
So no Trick Room is on it, which is surprising because he has a lot of Mons that want to be in Trick Room. Surprised to not see a Snarl there, to be honest. I guess he expected Sableye to switch out into Palafin.
Potentially, yeah. I think that's the switch that was expected. So, yeah, unfortunate not hitting either of the Will-O-Wisps there, but as everyone knows, Will-O-Wisp is 50% accurate. So,
well, in this case, it's 0%.
Very much so. Sableye coming back onto the board. Rotom actually opting to protect there, possibly anticipating a Terra Ice from the Magnezone, and Joshi's probably trying to position a Snarl onto the Magnezone before anything happens to the Rotom. So
yeah, well, it was a normal type Terra Blast but the Protect into Snarl will help Lilac position. But again, Protecting and Sableye has the Encore ability. But
yeah, but Spiritomb
back to this Ally Switch mind game.
Yeah, is Lilac going to be able to read it? Going for Terra Ice into the Spiritomb slot.
She's trying to cover for both things.
Yeah, looks like she's trying to cover both of her bases here. So, good stuff. We see our first Terra Ice from our electric type here. Since this one happened, I doubt that Rotom goes for Terra here. And there's the Ally Switch from the Spiritomb. So Encore is going to fail, but that is going to be a Terra Ice going right into that Rotom slot.
Meanwhile, Thunderbolt will take out Sableye. Don't have to worry about that thing anymore.
Life Orb Thunderbolt does a lot more damage than I would have thought. I figured Sableye could have taken that, but...
Well, the Substitute's not taking this, that's for sure.
That -1 Magnezone is very strong.
Yeah.
So
with the Expert Belt as well, kind of boosting that power up.
So Sub is gone, but I still think Joshy's in a fine position here. And the rain also coming to an end on that turn, which means that Lilac can bring in Pelipper to set it up again, if need be.
As we see the Palafin come back in, it's in hero form, and Jet Punch is still a strong move for priority.
Yeah.
60 base power, though.
Choice Bandit as well, so... Opting for Thunder into the Rotom slot, fascinating.
Interesting.
Raw Thunder without the rain is a very brave play. Unless we see a potential other play, Flash Cannon to Rotom, maybe trying to read that a Rotom Terrastalize here.
Yeah.
Nope, looks like just a
Rotom
double up, and
protect.
she calls the Protect. Pretty impressive play there.
Yep.
Palafin is flip turning. Not very often you see a hero form Palafin going for flip turn, but yeah, dealing a bunch of damage into that Spiritomb.
Yeah, and then here comes the Rainmaker of the Pelipper, and we'll see the Magnezone go into the Spiritomb, and that should be the end of Spiritomb. Spiritomb is down.
First time all set, it's been taken out, so... And all of a sudden, it's a 3v3 again, and Lilac not really looking to be in the worst position here at this point.
Yep. You see Azumarill making its appearance. It could have been in the back game 1, but it is very much out and about here, ready to take advantage of this rain from the Pelipper.
Yeah, but I don't know how safe it's feeling with Thunder into with the Electric type move into Magnezone. Not sure it's been revealed that it's Thunder quite yet, but Azu obviously can't be feeling too safe at the moment.
No, but how do you like a huge power Aqua Jet coming your way? That's also going to do lots of damage. We'll see if he has it. What is Terraing? It is the Rotom, I think? Into Ice? Okay.
So our fourth time this set, then the Electric type has Terra Iced. Very funny.
Rotom goes for Thunderbolt. This will kill the Pelipper. Very clean one-hit knockout.
Yeah. Yeah, very clean one-hit KO. Rotom's just been dealing very good damage this whole set, and it is going to get a Thunder.
Will go. Oh, Azumarill lives, and it's not Focus Sash. This is gone.
Wow, that was kind of a clutch live, because now Magnezone is just taken out. So
and now it's up to Palafin.
Yeah,
3v1.
Yeah, it is still very scary, because Palafin definitely still has that choice band, and now Jet Punch is online, so...
yeah, I think that we're in the clicking button stage, though, for Josh. He's got 2 Mons, and Lilac has 1. Or 3 Mons, excuse me, and Lilac has 1, so...
Swarm in the back, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to just go for a Thunderbolt and a potential other move from Azu.
If you have Aqua Jet on the... Or, not even Aqua Jet, just any, like... Maybe even not Wave Crash, Liquidation. You are a -1 Azu, but I think you're going to be doing enough damage here.
Yeah, still enough to where like Orthworm in the back can take it out. I mean, remember, like, Lilac still has to kill one mon at a time, but
You see a
Rotom going
protect.
there.
Oh, double protect. All right, see what's going on.
Yeah, trying to see maybe what move is getting locked into, and potentially trying to stall out a turn of rain as well.
Yeah,
Not
makes
bad.
sense.
You don't lose too much from that play there, from Joshy's end.
She unfortunately cannot click flip turn. She has to click jet punch. But where does it go?
Wonder why she went for that. That's kind of funny. But yeah, looking to quick jet punch, and ooh, I don't know if I agree with that play. That doesn't exactly line up with the button clicking we were talking about. As now, Palafin is in a prime position and just take out Rotom.
Rotom.
Ooh, that's a pretty heavy toll right there. Rotom was the primary damage into Palafin at this point, and now all of a sudden the dream is no longer dead.
Yeah, this game became much more of a game now.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Now, Azumarill was at -1, so I would imagine he wanted to get Azumarill out of there. But yeah, losing Rotom definitely doesn't feel good, as this is the last turn of rain.
Yeah, that feels a little bit disastrous right there. As now you haven't gotten a single attack off into this Palafin, and Palafin's starting to pick up KOs here. So
as we see Orthworm go for protect, and I would imagine Azumarill will follow through.
Protect here to stall out rain.
All right, so rain is gone.
Yep.
So this Palafin has to get through the Orthworm the hard way.
Yeah, no rain support here. And yeah, I mean, Azu's still in a pretty decent position to be dealing some damage, and Orthworm can start potentially getting set up.
Trying to get a double protect, but it fails. Jet Punch will take it out from 1 HP. And can the Orthworm deal with Palafin? If it has Iron Defense, and it does, this looks like an uphill battle for the Palafin.
Yeah. And gonna have to get some serious damage here, as Orthworm has already burned its Citrus Berry, so no form of consistent recovery from the Orthworm. But yeah, +2 defense, and Orthworm's just absolutely bonkers physical defense here.
Yeah, and you're hitting it with a 60 base power move. It's gonna take 2 body presses to kill Palafin, though. So can Palafin 2-shot with Jet Punch? Oh my gosh,
that's the win condition right there, right? That's the condition. And I mean, this Orthworm was living on borrowed time because of the Hydro Pump miss earlier in the game, so yeah, that's a very
hit will seal it
very
up.
Unfortunate crit, but but yeah, that seals game 2 up for Lilac and keeps her in this one. So yeah, crazy finish to the game 2 there. The crit on the Jet Punch bringing her back in it, but now we have to see what happens in game 3. Again, Sableye just was not very productive, and I wonder if Lilac will try to use it again for the 3rd time.
Well, we'll find out, as both players Spiritomb and Orthworm again for Joshy. And we see the same lead for Lilac, so kind of a replay of game 2 to start out, but with a little bit more information as far as like what happened last game. So yeah, not bad. Sableye still not in a super great position here, and based off of looking at Lilac's team, she brings the same team that she brought in game 2. I wonder if Joshy is going to have made an adjustment of any sort from his end. Yeah, we're just going to protect the Orthworm. No reason to do anything with it there. Flip turn in the rain is going to do about 50% to Spiritomb. That's a good chunk of change there.
And Lilac opting to not waste a turn trying to click Fake Out with the Sableye, just sending in Pelipper straight away to let that flip turn deal a little more to Spiritomb, who was such a menace in game 1.
And Taunt goes into the Pelipper instead. Wow. Very nice run.
Incredible turn 1 adjustment there from Lilac.
And now she has Fake Out pressure again. She has Encore into the Orthworm. Lots she can do here. Very nice tempo that she gained from that sequence, and yeah, that was really well done.
Was a very good play. Now Joshy's kind of on his back foot, maybe feeling a little pressured to ally switch with Spiritomb so that Orthworm doesn't get encored here. Something that potentially could be looked out for. And actually just looking to raw switch out the Orthworm. So
we're going back into Azumarill again. It lived a very crucial Thunder the previous game, and it is going to receive the fake out. And Hydro Pump, did it miss again? Wow, that move what, hit 1 out of 3?
Yeah, special water types are horrible in this gen.
Unbelievable. And physical water types got a huge buff. How the tables have turned.
The tables indeed.
Oh, we're back to the Snarl game with the Spiritomb. Is the Pelipper not going to do nearly as much damage now that it has been snarled, but it still does a considerable amount of damage in the rain with the best flying move that's special and the best water move, especially when you're in rain. So there's the ally switch.
Yep. So maybe feeling a little pressure to keep Azu there safe.
And play rough into a steel type. Very good switch for Lilac. Hurricane goes into the Azu. How much are we doing?
Not too much, but the confusion. Oh, woof. That's not what you want to see.
Shell game yet again.
Yeah. This is a hard spot. You don't really want to be confused with Azumarill here. And you definitely can't afford to be taking any more damage because that'll put you in chip for another Hurricane.
Yeah.
Yes, Lilac. This is you, in fact. And this has
definitely crazy. Yeah. Azumarill does not want to play that game. It will switch out back into Earthworm, and if Spiritomb lives this turn, it's gonna snarl yet again.
But we get to see a big Thunder.
Critical hit Thunder. Not sure.
Not sure.
Yeah, we don't know too much because that is a really strong attack, and Hurricane's not gonna do that much to this Earthworm.
But the confusion games continue. Oh, probably the last thing Joshy is seeing both of your Mons get confused. Fortunately, confusion won't deal nearly as much to Earthworm, considering its low attack and its high defense, but still not a game you want to play nonetheless. Rotom looking to be in an okay position here, but kind of has to play a 50-50 of, am I going to get Terra Iced here, like Terra Ice, Terra Blasted? Because Rotom could be feeling a little bit of pressure to Terrastallize early here to keep itself safe. So,
yeah, well, it is going to protect. Does not want to deal with any shenanigans, as the Pelipper will counter protect. And does this Magnezone go into the Earthworm? And it does.
Yeah, it's going to deal a huge chunk of damage. Now Earthworm no longer able to spread any Shed Tails. Indeed, Scald is very much missed. One of the healthiest
round
VGC
and round
moves.
It goes. Where does it stop?
Itself. Oof.
It chose poorly.
Yeah,
the
not good.
I'm not sure where it's at right now. Hits itself in the face. And yeah, this is not looking good for Joshy. Coming from game 2 with the bad luck, and then now coming into game 3, it's tough to watch.
Yeah, very unfortunate turn of RNG there with the confusion. But Rotom's still not in a horrible position offensively here, so maybe you can try to Terra your Rotom, keep it safe from a Terra Blast, and try to start sticking some damage with Thunderbolt here, but yeah, otherwise Lilac looking to be in a decent spot. Switching out the Pelipper so that Rain can be set back up a little bit later, and Sableye comes back into the fray. We are not going to see a Terra Ice on Joshy's behalf, which means that he does not resist Terra Blast from Magnezone, which is very important. Now, as a matter of fact, that's now stab super effective damage going right into Joshy's best damage dealer. So
Thunderbolt goes into the Sableye and knocks it out clean. Takes the hit for Pelipper, but does this Terra Blast KO the Rotom?
Oh, I imagine it would with the expert belt equipped.
Yeah, I don't see this thing living.
Woof. Yeah, that's some
Goodbye,
damage coming in from Magnezone there.
man.
And Orthworm snaps out of confusion. Potentially one turn too late. I mean, this was some pretty serious damage into the Magnezone, so
Mm-hmm.
that might potentially be a little too late at that point. But
Yeah, as Palafin, I think it has the low health mons it needs to finish out everything with Jet Punch. Zoomeril has
yeah,
some damage on it. Orthworm has some damage on it. Yeah.
yeah, Palafin in a good spot here, and Lilac can probably just switch out the Magnezone into Pelipper to get the rain up and just let that Palafin just put in some work.
Mm-hmm.
As we know what a dangerous late game cleaner it can be with Jet Punch.
Yeah. It's
Saying that
choose
the
what you
crit
want to carry.
potentially matters onto Spiritomb depending on what the build was.
Hmm.
Um, so that is another potential piece of poor RNG from Lilac's behalf. But again, Spiritomb was living on borrowed time. He missed a hydro pump against it
This is
earlier on
all
in the
she
game.
does.
So
Is just bullshit her way out of games. Can't win games the right way. Gotta scam them out, you know.
mm-hmm. Maybe this was a hard fought match though. I feel, and yeah,
Terra
going for
Fairy.
Terra Fairy, actually getting rid of your water resist on the Azumarill there, which is a fascinating decision. Um, Potentially was looking to get rid of its electric weakness from the Magnezone,
Well,
but
if you have a
um,
stab play rough here, like with that, this might kill Palafin. Oh, it's gonna kill the
oh,
Rainmaker instead.
goes
Interesting.
into the Pelipper though, so um, yeah, and I could tell that Spiritomb was especially bulky just based off of the way it was taking hits compared to the way it took
Hmm.
flip turn from Palafin. So, um,
Yeah.
so yeah, we knew that it was a special spirit, especially bulky Spiritomb. Oh, looks like we're having a little bit of a nature argument in the chat right now. Be mindful, the match is already played. But but yeah,
Well,
still
we can all hate on
looking at a
nature. You know, nature is all around us, and it's kind of taking over the world. So I do hate nature too.
that's enough from you. That's enough from you. And so yeah, Orthworm actually does get a double protect there. But Azumarill's not in a very good position
Yeah, it's
as because
slower
it's
and will die to the Magnezone. So
damned if you do,
GG's
damned if you
both.
don't.
I think this game is a wrap as the Jet Punch will, well, someone DC'd.
Kind of hard to
Yeah, that
where
was
the DC stems from there, but yeah, overall played games, a little bit of RNG back and forth. Really got to showcase some good low tiers from Joshy's end with the Spiritomb. So overall, just a really fun set. Lot of good stuff happening, and yeah, these are both really good coaches. In what was a really well played match. Very smoky
Yeah,
in my
very
room
well
right
done.
now.
Very much worthy of that match of the week. We had a few others, but we chose this one because of some of the high level plays and at least the first two games, and then that game got kind of silly with the confusion and all the misses. So,
Yeah,
all right, get to take a nice deep breath and watch some beautiful top moments, and then we go into the grit of the standings. So, number 5. This comes from Pedons versus Zach. And we title this the Clodsire versus the World, as Clodsire is able to take on Palafin and Scissor because, well, Palafin can only use water moves in this case, I think. And yeah, Burn Scissor, like this is, oh no, it has Drain Punch, I lied. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So
nice to
nothing
see a D
resist-
tier wall to A tiers. Now they are burned, but still.
Yeah,
This was
but I mean,
a very nice
very
showing.
very funny showing, as both of these guys are, pretty strong A tier physical attackers. They have both been burned, but I feel even if they weren't, that Claude Zyre is doing a relatively good job of bulking them out. And so yeah, we just get to watch as Claude Zyre slowly chips away at both of them and claims the game 2 win for the set win for Pedons here. So
Yep, you want to introduce number 4?
yeah, so number 4 is we have a full team here from Mario's end, but the sun is up for Tony Torkel, and both of his Sun Sweepers are in action. And pretty scary position here, as Lilligant is Terra Rock, and all of a sudden has really good offensive presence here, and the Scovillain the same way. So, yeah, this is the first time we've really gotten to see a big Sun Sweep from anyone this season. But Tony Torkel with 2 very strong Sun Sweepers in a well-positioned spot here.
Yeah, he fell down early in this game, but was able to claw back with the Scoville and Lilligant kind of combo. Basically, 2v4ing. And
yeah, essentially just reverse sweeping Mario's team here with 2 Sun Sweepers, and what was likely a Heat Rock Torkoal to keep the sun up longer for these 2. So yeah, honestly, just very well done. And it's always good. It's always good to see some weather.
Watching the downfall of all the Mons, and we see the Scovillain's a very interesting one. I haven't seen too much of it.
Yeah, it definitely is, and very very hard to use. I feel as it has really awkward stats distribution, but here it was doing a ton of damage with these stab fire boosted or stab sun boosted fire type moves. Dealing just a lot of good damage.
Yeah, not very effective in the sun. Is still going to do enough damage. So.
And an awkward speed tier, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was cool to see. Tony Torko unfortunately lost this set 2-1, but he did kind of show what his team is made of with the Lilligant and Scovillain and Sun. So very cool.
It was another well played set
Number
between
3,
the 2
we
of
saw
them.
it
So.
before the Palafin 1v3. Just lots of last stands this week. It seems like Claude
Lots of
Zyre,
heroics.
the 2v4, and then Palafin 1v3ing. We won't watch this one more because it's going to cause more PTSD for Joshiwashi.
But yeah, lots of late
More
game heroics
PTSD
here.
is you want to go ahead and introduce this lovely creation.
Yeah, so I want to call this the Colossal Effect, and this is where when you try to do anything cool with Colossal, it will constantly let you down, as here is Colossal looking to explode and remove both of his opponent's Pokemon with Choice Band, Terra Normal Explosion into a Dragonite and into a Slowbro. But as you will see, that may or may not happen the way Jay thinks it will. This is Jay versus Lucian, and actually another cool play, getting the Aqua Jet off to activate Steam Engine before Dragapult can surf the Colossal, which means that
matter. It was blown up anyway.
yeah, the explosion happens, and as you all can see, Colossal is not him, and not a single Pokemon goes down here.
It's so bad. It was banded too.
Poor Colossal here, very sad.
Surf does
Dragapult
take
does
Dragonite out, but man, poor Colossal, man. That mon, it needs its G-Max move back.
Definitely
this
needs the G-Max.
And then what is number 1?
That is number 1.
Well, it's a very nice, beautiful tech from Sir Oxawave himself as his Gardevoir dies.
I hate this mom.
He hates Mousehold, as we've just learned. But when Rage Fist is only a 50 base power move, you can take advantage of it.
Yeah, and we see Weak Armor Ceruledge, which is not something that you see super often.
And a weakness policy, and when you have a +2 attack boost and have a move that can heal you,
Clean Oko.
you can see where this is going. And it's almost back at full health, and it's a +2. Ceruledge is honestly, I think, been one of the best mods this season for this team. And then Josh Iwashi had it, but he didn't bring it into the Sun matchup, obviously, or not the Sun matchup, the Rain matchup. Excuse me. But that mon is very much overperformed, I would say.
Ledge has been incredible for him, and yeah, in this position, it's now just in a very good spot to click some buttons. It's at +2 speed and +2 attack, and very strong Pokemon. So, yeah, we thought that was the coolest tech of the week, the coolest moment, and yeah, we had some pretty nice moments for the week overall. So,
yeah, all right, we move into the recaps, and we can talk more about the teams. Here are the results on the screen from this week. What were some of the notable matches here?
indeed, Theo, it was really good.
Nightfront, the Sandslash and Star Raptors was a great game. Highly recommend watching that one. U versus Quick was fun. The Sun Warriors and the Duraludons. Lucian versus Jay, which we showed the Colossal. That was a good one too. What other matches were good?
Yeah, lots of good matches this week.
Let's see. Yeah, that's basically, and then Lilac's match, of course, too. So, we had a few coaches, I think, change between weeks. We'll go ahead and go over those with the standings here, shall we? As the standings, both of them are in white, so we can start with white. We unfortunately had to say goodbye to Flair, as well as who was the other one who left?
Pokemon Master Dad, or whatever his name was.
Master Dad, yes. They both had to depart from the league, so in place of them, we have Julian has come back with his Mareep farm, taking over for Flair, and Noah the Numbat taking back over for Pokemon Master Dad. Both of them we're not going to be in playoff contention, but we're very glad to have you both join us in this great premiere season.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully you all are able to have some fun with your teams for the next couple weeks and just enjoy being able to play Draft League. So.
All right, now to the standings. We have some really odd looking standings.
Yes, we do.
For white, when literally it goes. There's 8 4-1s?
There are 8 4-1s, yeah.
How is that possible? How is there 8 4-1s?
Tight-knit competition, I'll tell you what.
God. And then it's two 3s, and then one, I've never seen this before. In my 2 years of moderating draft leagues, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, this is quite the standing right here. These top 8 teams are all just fighting and clawing for differentials.
Well, they didn't play each other. That's the thing. They're going to start playing each other, and that's when fights are going to break out. As I would imagine that a lot of these teams are facing each other. I know the number 1 and 2 in white are facing each other this week. Which
that's a fun matchup.
Yeah, that'll be a fun matchup. I think it's getting played today, but I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that more. But yeah, that's super odd. So all those 4-1s are in contention. And we think maybe 1-5-3 can make it in. Again, these teams need to beat each other up first. So
we have to see the aftermath of that to really know who all is still in contention. There's still 3 weeks left, and based off of how matchups play out, if mostly it's just you and Lucian that still really have a chance to get in it. But
and we play each other this week, or played each other. That game's already over. I won't spoil that.
Yeah.
But anyways, to red we go, as you are the lone undefeated in this division. In this whole league, you're the only undefeated. But you did lose a game, so you're not perfect.
I finally got a game taken off of me. It was a good set versus Quick, so a lot of fun there.
And we have 1 4-1 that's out of playoff contention, but again, they're going to start beating each other up, which is going to prove who is the real and who is the fake.
Yeah, way less of a division here within red as to who is technically eliminated and who is not, as we have a couple of teams that are 2 and 3 but still could be in a decent position to make a fight for it.
They're playing for the 6th spot, I think, is what it's going to boil down to. Maybe they get up to 5, but you really have to cross your fingers for if you can get in at 3 losses. 2 losses, I think you're in. So if you hit 6 wins, you're there. So you need 1 win Everybody else that is 4 needs 2, as simple as that. And then the X3s need to basically win out and cross their fingers. So
Yeah.
that's
And
what
we
you
also
get.
have a singular 3 and 2 team as well. So
Which is very odd again to see in this division.
yeah. But it's pretty cool. We basically have 10 teams or so in each division that are fighting for those 6 playoff spots, and yeah, I'll be interested to see how much closer we get to the resolution of that by the end of this week as well. So
Yeah, hopefully we start to see some people clinching soon. As early as I guess this week, somebody can clinch. But
there's Spades. You didn't tell me there were chats happening. No kills, no deaths. Yeah, DJ with the no prep because of no play. Very fun.
DJ
and
has
yeah,
played a perfect game. I don't know what you're referring to.
Ignite falling from 2 to 8. Yeah, I mean it's rough. That's what happens.
His differential
with one.
is killing him bad. He has 2 and he's 4-1.
Yeah, it's a tough show right there. Actually insane that so many 4-1s are not in playoff range. That's the brutal part about a 6-man playoff. So 6-person playoffs with a 16-team league division. So
I mean, we have our reasons why we chose top 6 over top 8, and I feel like having the reason to be a top 2 team matters a lot. So keep these guys playing, and so that's the reason for it. And differential will matter a lot, I think, with all these teams kind of at 4-1, as we see the order is based off the differential for the most part. So very cool. We have also more tiebreakers as well. So we'll set the playoff bracket with the tiebreakers. So if we have a tie with differential, we'll take care of it from there. But oh boy, buckle up. I hope. I want to check who plays who, if there's any important matchups. So we already.
While you're doing that, I'll talk to some chats real quick.
Right, you can do that. Good work.
The first week you're in playoff position, your only crime being playing Nightfront and me. Yeah, it's brutal. Like 4-1, you'd think you'd be in a good spot at this point, but not the case. And yeah, Oxo having played a ton of tough matches. I know he commented on that in his video.
Oxo plays Mario at the Battle of 4-1s in red.
That'll be a good one to keep an eye out on.
Bang and Nightfront are 2 teams in playoff contention in red that are fighting each other.
Yeah.
You and Pat Mac, which is another exciting matchup.
4-1 versus 5-0. That's gonna be a tough one.
For white, Jay and Deppis, so that's the Melmetals and Reggie Rocks, both at 4-1. Panda and Joshi, and that's kind of about it for the teams that are gonna beat each other up. So, yeah, cool.
Yeah, fun week. Sounds like we have a fun week ahead of us and a ton of good content to look forward to. So,
yeah, very much so. Some big matches coming up, and those ones are going to be very likely candidates for match of the week, as their stakes of kind of being 4-1 teams and 5-0 teams are not to be overlooked. So look for a banger match of the week next week, that's for sure. We have some spicy matchups, and we're kind of getting more familiar, I think, with Terra as we go, because this was a mechanic that I think nobody had experience with for draft, and the teams who are using it well are rising up the standings. So
yeah,
very, very
definitely
fascinating to see kind of the results from this division as well as other divisions, what mons are doing well, what's good Terra-wise, and yeah, I think Serial Edge is on my list as far as a standout this season. I don't know what your thoughts on a standout, but I think Serial Edge is very much dominating Draft League.
Yeah, this division, Serial Edge has just been phenomenal. I don't really have any other ones that have stood out to me in the same way that Serial Edge has, but hopefully by the end of it we'll get to see. I might try to get some stats together at some point here. We'll see if I'm able to make that happen, but if I do, then we'll get a good idea. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about standout mons here.
Alright. I think it's enough talking. It's time to see some people throw balls and battle it out. Throw some orbs, start punching each other, slash with the bitter blade, punch with the rage fist. Week 6, 3 to go. Well, let's get it.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Thank you
I'm
all
looking
for
forward
watching,
to it.
and best of luck this week to those playing. And be sure to watch all the content. And yeah, look forward to next week around the normal time for week 6 recaps.
Yep. We appreciate y'all, content creators. Take it easy.
Of course, as usual. So, as per tradition, my name Spades, my partner Solanor, and we are out.